Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho has informed me that he would like to be in this match tonight. Edge versus Mark Henry is no more. It's now Edge versus Mark Henry versus Chris Jericho. And he said if one of them could beat him or the other guy while he's in the same ring, they deserve to be #1 contender. I couldn't disagree with that logic. Chris Jericho wanted to be in the match. He said he wanted to be a different kind of champion. And apparently this is what it's going to come down to. Chris Jericho on his way to the ring. Your undisputed champion. He's coming out with the jacket. Break the walls down. Yes, break the walls down. Very, very good music for that. He's breaking down the history of this championship. Chris Jericho actually wants to be involved in the #1 contendership match. That's crazy. Here comes Edge again. Like I said earlier in the evening, Edge really never got his one-on-one shot against Chris Jericho. He would like to earn his opportunity tonight. Taking out Mark Henry and the champ himself. Edge is ready to go. Gotta love Edge. You gotta love Edge. A frightening new addition to Smackdown, Mark Henry. Immediately, I knew that this man was made for the main event. The crowd is booing like no one else. Mark Henry, that's what he do. That's what he do. Mark Henry is a monster. He is reopening the Hall of Pain, and he's looking to add a championship to its ranks. Chris Jericho, a man of his word. I believe him. He said he was going to become and stay for a long time the Undisputed Champion, and he has. He has done that. Jericho's staying on the outside of the ring for now, trying to keep himself out of this match. Henry getting thrown back towards the ring, and Edge and Mark Henry really taking it to each other. Chris Jericho standing on the outside, kind of walking back and forth, almost like he's studying these two competitors in the ring right now. Edge taking down Mark Henry. Chris Jericho's trying to get involved here. Oh, Chris Jericho tries to attack Edge. He's trying to attack Edge. But Edge coming back against him and Mark Henry. Seems Chris Jericho has chosen his target, and he has chosen to target Edge. And back to the outside he goes. Chris Jericho almost using Mark Henry as a puppet here. As a destructive force to take out Edge, make him a little weaker. Chris Jericho trying to stay out of the way of Mark Henry. Doesn't want the sights of the big man to be on him. Edge takes care of Mark Henry, and Chris Jericho again on the attack. Edge, Chris Jericho brawling on the outside. Edge trying to throw Jericho back into the ring, and Mark Henry taking care of Edge right now. Chris Jericho taunting in the middle of the ring. What else does he really need to do? Edge gets past Mark Henry. Chris Jericho on the attack. Another drop kick there, and Jericho getting out of the way. He senses Mark Henry is near. Jericho really playing his strategy here of staying out of the way of Mark Henry and really attacking Edge. Make this basically a 2-on-1 match. Chris Jericho trying to disrupt Edge as much as possible as he's tangling with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Chris Jericho, a very respected champion by myself. I think that he has very much earned his spot in the Hall of Fame just by the stuff he's done alone. He's been the champion ever since the reset, and a couple of those times I didn't even choose him to be the champion. He defended by himself. Chris Jericho, a very astute student of the game here. of WWE. He knows exactly what he has to do. He got himself involved in this match, I would guess, because he wanted to kind of cheat, I would guess. I thought he was going to be a little loyal here. I thought he, you know, turned over a new leaf. I accepted him to be in this match as a #1 contender, and now it seems that he's just targeting Edge here, and Edge is taking the advantage against Mark Henry. Mark Henry throwing Edge into the ring. Jericho throwing deadly weapons into the ring. Now, is this really fair to be throwing weapons into the ring so that a monster, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, could use them? Chair after chair headed into the ring. Jericho tossing them in. Mark Henry and there's a sledgehammer in the ring now. And there's a Superman punch. Chris Jericho gonna be getting involved here. And he has a chair. And Mark Henry's going for the pin here. And Jericho not gonna let it happen. Jericho, and he attacked Mark Henry. Big mistake. Mark Henry now on the go here against Chris Jericho, and suddenly this has become a triple threat match. It always breaks down when there is a championship involved. It will always break down to every man for himself. Jericho taking down Mark Henry. Edge has been weakened. Now Jericho's focusing on Mark Henry, and yet so is Edge. Edge with a weapon. Jericho taking both men down now. Edge with a comeback, and Chris Jericho sensing it and getting the hell out of Dodge. Chris Jericho setting Mark Henry up, I think, for the comeback. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't think so. I think Edge just lost it. That's A-okay by me. Edge trying to submit Mark Henry here. An elbow by the Rated R Superstar. Whipped into the corner. German suplex. Chris Jericho, I think, getting a little more involved than he would have liked in this match. Trying to take out Edge's arm. And another sledgehammer shot by Chris Jericho. And there goes Mark Henry. He's going to get rid of Mark Henry here. He's choking the life out of Mark Henry. The Undisputed Champion, doing everything he can to weaken both of these competitors up. Oh, and Mark Henry reverses. Mark Henry reverses. Oh no! Belly-to-belly slam onto those chairs. And Chris Jericho escaping the ring, running away. Chris Jericho underestimating the power of Mark Henry in this match. Jericho in the ring with a chair. Edge reverses. Edge DDT on the chair. On the chair. Jericho down. These two superstars who were the victims of Chris Jericho all throughout this match have now become the hunters. And they are taking it to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho trying to run away. Chris Jericho not wanting to be the target here. Pushing Mark Henry. Getting Edge out of the way. Chris Jericho is running away now. He is running up the ramp. He is trying to get away. There is nowhere he can go. He cannot leave this arena. All three superstars on the stage. Jericho gonna make his last stand here. A drop kick. He's trying to do all these strikes to Mark Henry. It's not gonna work. Mark Henry's the world's strongest man. Mark Henry trying to toss Jericho back towards the ring. And the power of Mark Henry. And he's heading back inside the ring. And he's heading back in. And a chair shot to Edge. He's trying to take down Edge as much as possible here. He's just fed Edge to the Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Mark Henry is not impressed. He doesn't want Edge. He does not want Edge. He wants Jericho for the double cross during the match. I'm doing my damnedest here Oh no, electric chair to the outside of the ring. Oh no, it's a flapjack. Oh my god. Oh, I'm being screwed again. He wants to do his finisher, but he knows he can't do it while he's not in the ring. Mark Henry using the steel steps on the outside to do further damage to the champ. Maybe the champion regretting his decision. Chris Jericho picking up the steel steps now. And there's another German suplex by Edge. Edge taking down Chris Jericho. Mark Henry having to break that hold. And look at that. Edge gets in the way of Mark Henry, and Mark Henry was not happy about that. Mark Henry tossing Edge to the outside of the ring. Chris Jericho's got the steel steps in some sort of defensive maneuver here. And Mark Henry just staring at Edge. Mark Henry has 2 finishers. This man is a beast. He is a monster, and I am happy to have signed him to a contract. 2 finishers here. I do believe he stole one of Chris Jericho's. And oh, look at that. Reverse DDT by Edge. I'm going to let them attack each other. Why not? Another DDT to the world's strongest man, working on the head of Mark Henry. Oh, he's just trying to kill him now. Another head attack to Edge, and the beatdown continues. Mark Henry reversing as if nothing had happened, and there's a clothesline by Edge. Chris Jericho starting to taunt again. Not worried about these 2 individuals tonight. If Edge comes in, he's done. Whoever comes into the ring next is done. I'm going to take them both out. Edge and Mark Henry once again are on each other's ass and not mine. That could only be a good thing. And Mark Henry he's going for a bear hug. Jericho stopping that immediately. Jericho sending Mark Henry. Oh, and there's a code breaker. Code breaker to Mark Henry on the outside. Mark Henry is busted open. Edge with a flapjack maneuver. But is it too late? Jericho getting involved in this match now. Oh no, that was all crazy suplex. Now they both have finishers. We have to be very careful here. We have to be very, very careful. Maybe feed Edge to Mark Henry. Feed Edge to Mark Henry here. Is this going to be an oh my god moment? He's trying for it. He's going to spear him through the barricade. That's what he's trying for here. And look at that, the steel steps being utilized by the champion Chris Jericho. It seems the champ has targeted both of these superstars now. Jericho is a fighting champion, if not anything else. And oh no, Chris Jericho being lured towards that corner barricade. We can't be having any of that. Edge with a neck breaker onto Chris Jericho. This match is getting a little out of control, and now I'm bleeding. That's not good. That's not good. Edge in the corner of that barricade. Oh my goodness. This is frightening now. Trying to take down the big man, Mark Henry. Is he setting up Edge here for... Oh no. Turn around, Henry. Turn around, Henry. Don't come after me. Go after Edge. He was in perfect position for you. And Edge... Oh god. Oh god. Picking Edge up and taking him down. And Jericho is looking to pick up the scraps here. He's looking to pick up the scraps. Edge is down. Jericho turning his attention to the world's strongest man. Edge getting up. Edge getting up. Codebreaker in the ring. Is it too late? Is it too late? Chris Jericho has just codebreakered Mark Henry in the middle of this ring. Edge back up. Was this the plan all along, to keep Mark Henry from that championship? Because Jericho did not go for the pin. Chris Jericho, I think, is setting up both of these superstars. I don't think he cares who wins, because he is going to beat both of them up here tonight. But look at that big boot. There's a neck breaker there. Come on, Edge, get in here. I'm setting you up perfectly. Just turn your attention to Mark Henry and you'll be fine. Mark Henry again reversing my moves. Oh man, Mark Henry gonna beat the champion Chris Jericho here today. No, he's not. I don't think so. Chris Jericho. This match has been going on for ages. I think it's time to end it, if they don't want to end it with each other. Oh no, an Edge taking Jericho down, going for the pin. Jericho's not going to go down easy. Jericho's not going down easy. Jericho has taken a beating in this match. Was it worth it? That's the question I do want to... Oh, no. Oh, no. Is he going to make Jericho tap? Edge stopping that move. Mark Henry again going for a submission. A single leg Boston Crab. Chris Jericho almost tapping out there. And Edge is going to have to start to attack Mark Henry here. Mark Henry now focusing his attention on Edge. One, no. Edge kicks out here. They are tangling for some sort of offensive move. I think this was Jericho's plan all along, to come in and attack these two and break them down to their core. Edge wants to beat the best, and it looks like Mark Henry is going to be the best here. No, Jericho witnessing a match for the ages, being a part of it as well. These two are reversing each other's moves left and right here. Mark Henry going for a pin. Is this going to be it? 1, 2, 3. It's it. That's it. Jericho loses, but Mark Henry is your new #1 contender. Mark Henry destroyed Edge. Chris Jericho betrayed Mark Henry and destroyed Mark Henry. Look at the blood flowing down his face. But Mark Henry did it. He is a monster. Will Chris Jericho be able to defeat the world's strongest man, Mark Henry? That's it for Friday Night Smackdown. Let's actually look and see if we have anything good on Raw. If anything needs to be changed, I'm sure I'll have to, but... What is second universe mode for, huh? Mark Henry defeating Edge. Look at that. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. Rikishi versus Tensai. Epico versus Zack Ryder. Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. And Angle versus Punk. Rematch City. I don't like that at all. So, yeah, we're going to have to change that. We're going to have to figure some things out. But Jericho, yeah, the new #1 contender has to be Mark Henry. We're going to have to change that. There we go. We'll actually move Dolph a little further down as well. We'll kind of keep this as realistic as possible. It was the Intercontinental title. That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure. And look at that, Christian #1 contender. But really, shouldn't it be Jack Swagger? Jack Swagger did defeat the Great Khali, but he is on the rise. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, your tag team champions. They shouldn't be up there. Get them down. Get them down between Dolph. And then we want Bully to be replaced by, well, who's down here? AJ Styles or even Bully Ray could be a better replacement than that. Yeah. We'll trade Bully Ray with Road Dogg. We don't want them anywhere near the Intercontinental Championship. The New Age Outlaws have the new NWO and my new right hand and left hand man, MJ and Ryback. We'll learn a little bit more about them next week. So we are setting up Raw. We are heading in to the Night of Champions. It's very interesting. The draft makes things better all the time. We'll have to see where the storylines are going. I am Derek D. Ginger King, your YouTube champion for the final time on Smackdown. Checking out.